What's up, YouTube family and subscribers? This is Hey Man Laser Engraving coming to you with a project I got to get started on here because it's going to take several hours to do. We are going into brass coin engraving. Now, everybody is different on how they do theirs. I'm no different. I'm going to show you how I do mine, and what settings I use, etc. I'm going to open up a saved project that I have done already because I'm actually going to be doing the exact same one again. I have this saved as coins as an xTool studio project file. We're going to open that up. We're going to take a look at it. And you can see these were some coins that I did, heads and tails coin that I did for the show clubs. This one is actually going up to that club this weekend, and I'm going to make another one that says SFRHA on the bottom. So I'm going to walk you through how I did that. But these are sets for embossments. We'll zoom in on some settings here. So they're set to emboss on a 1.57 inch brass blank commemorative coin, measured out at 46 millimeters on the coin depth. I'm going to go ahead and take the image so you can see. Re-snap the image, and there we go. And as you can see, once I actually focused in on it, the coin is actually the same size as the image that I'm doing here. So let me show you how I did the image. I have that file saved. It's an Inkscape file that I created. I'll get Inkscape opened here. The original image that I used for the sliding horse picture and whatnot, I did as a depth map image. This image, and I added text in, and that text box I created like that. And I typed in heads. I shrunk the size of it down. We'll go with 72. Actually, we'll bump that up, probably go with that 90. And we will make this a little bit bigger. Center alignment, and then what I ended up doing was aligning it in the space here with the background image, and I did center alignment like that, and then I came into the image itself on the text, and I modified the text using did a fill in the background by doing a square like that, and then I created it as gray. I removed the transparency out of it. I moved the text 1 on a layer on top of text 2, so it looked like that. And then I created it as a white text. And then I did some more alignments by selecting both the block and the text. And going over to my align and distribute, and clicking the alignment, and then undo that. I selected this and moved it up just a hair, so it was like that. And then I copied this and brought it down here to the bottom and selected everything. Again, did align and distribute and centered everything vertically. And then I came in here, modified this to be the name of the club, so this will be SFRHA. And I'm going to make that a little smaller. So we'll go down to 72, which means I need to make my box here a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to select my text, my other image, this image, that, and align it again. And then I'm going to bring this, drop it down to about there. Select everything again. Alignment is pretty important for me on this. And then what I did was, and we are going to create the circle. I'm going to create it with some opacity, change its color so I can see the differences here, and I'm going to select it and move it so where I have everything lined up exactly how I want it. So it is actually a circle. At least as close to as I can get. And then selecting everything. Now, for some reason, it gives me this line there, and I don't know what that is or why it's doing that. Right, we're going to go ahead and select everything, and then I'm going to click on that, and we're going to go Object, Clip, Set to Clip. Did not do what I wanted. Object, Clip, Set Clip. There we go. So you can see it clipped the corners there, so it did exactly what I wanted. And you can see in the image down here that it removed the white square background. So we're going to go ahead and export this again. Yep, we're going to replace it. And then we're going to go into, see, it's got this white line in there. I don't know what that is. So I need to undo that and fix this. Why it's got that on there, I don't know. Nope, undo that. Anybody, I wonder if anybody can tell me why it's doing that, because I don't want that. I want it as a full circle, which kind of looks like it just did that. So let me try this again. So if I select those things, select that, and then select that, go Object, Clip, Set Clip. There we go, and my line's gone. So now I can export it, replace my documents, and now I can come in here into xTool Studio, and we're going to add that image again. Yep, scale it to fit, and we will shrink it down. So the size that I need to use, I can look at my previous ones and tell you that I'm looking at at least I thought I could, but they apparently aren't quite the same. But I'm going to position it on here, and I'm going to look at the settings for one of the previous ones. This one engraved really, really well, so I'm going to look at it. So 175 layers using the fiber IR. 100% power, 697 on the speed, 1 pass, 300 lines per centimeter. So we'll go ahead and start getting that set. So 175, 100% power. This is 697, so we'll bump speed close. So we'll go 700. I like even numbers. We'll also select the 300. 300 lines is already done. Frequency is 30. Everything else is the same. So I'm going to make sure that I'm not selecting anything else for output. So we'll fix that one. So that one's no longer being output. So currently I only have this guy on my output, and that's how you make sure that it's the only one that's going to be output. So if I click on preview, we should only see what I want done, which is that one, which looks good. So I'm going to now click on framing, and on my coin you can see that it's got it outlined and it is barely touching the sides, which is exactly what I wanted. And I'm going to go ahead and tell it to get started. I'll let you guys watch it for a minute. Cool thing about the fiber laser is that you don't get that nasty blue light bouncing back off of it. So we should always close the cover, but for the moment I'm not looking at it. I'm looking at it through the camera. It's going to finish this pass, and then it's going to go at a different angle. So every layer it changes angles and cuts, and you can see the difference in the coin there, where it didn't actually hit, it cut off corner of that line, and then how not clean it is where it's actually cutting. So we're going to leave this, let it go, and I will come back to you guys when it's just about done. It says it's going to take it about an hour and 49 minutes. All right, well, this is Heyman Laser Engraving back with you on the brass coin that I did, and it just finished. And that is what we ended up with. Looks pretty good. I like the way that that turned out. Probably could have gone a little bit deeper on the layers, but that's what it looks like, and I really like how this turns out. This xTool F1 Ultra does a super great job. I'm a fan. So I'm going to flip it over and do the tail side now, and that's how I am doing brass coins. So if you like this video, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.